What's up, ninjas? It's me, the Blue Ninja. I'm gonna make a very short and simple video. I'm a little frustrated right now about something that just happened. So I'm at the Conrad Osaka. I'm in, well, it's a hotel. It's related to the Hilton, probably more extravagant uh, hotel than Hilton. But anyways, I'm here because I usually work here. I do music, singing, almost every week, 2 or 3 times out of the month. I sing here, get some of that guap, whatnot. So I'm here, and I'm getting ready to start with my partner. And as we're getting ready to start, the one of the staff member comes up to us and she says, "Oh, can you please wait? Some of the staff are not staff. Some of the customers are worried that about like Corona and like you guys singing and then like possibly like Corona existing or them catching Corona or transmitting Corona, right?" So I was sitting there like, wait, what? So they were like, well, maybe you can just play piano. Then the staff were very kind, but I was sitting here thinking, and I'm looking at everyone else around the restaurant. No one has mask on. None of the customers have their mask on. None of them are, I mean, I guess the tables are distanced, but no matter what, you have a bunch of people in here in this restaurant lobby. No one has mask on. Everyone's eating and chatting, and we're not even that close to the customer. We're probably further away, more adequately separated than the tables from each other. The customers are from each other. But for some reason we come and then they're worried about Corona. And it was really like frustrating because recently, and especially amongst the foreign news in Japan, these foreign conversation, a lot of us have been talking about how the Japanese population, likes to blame us for the growth or the spread of Corona in Japan. They like to, so some of like in the beginning, some places would have signs that said no foreigners allowed. And actually, well, the no foreigners allowed thing is something that has happened in Japan, and I've experienced it years ago at a restaurant. But this was different when Corona came out. They started, some restaurants would put that, oh, no foreigners, because they were afraid that, foreigners were coming over with the disease, which was ridiculous because we're not the ones who actually brought the disease over. Yeah, of course. And usually when they say foreigners, they don't think necessarily about Chinese. They usually think about Westerners. Though people do know that they did originate in China, at least that's what everyone expects, right? Suspects. But yeah, so we're there and whatnot. And yeah, so they tend to kind of put the blame on us a lot of times. Even they were talking about a really big hotel in Tokyo recently that came a little bit of controversy because on the outside of the elevator it said, oh, this is the elevator for Japanese and this is the elevator Japanese only, and this is the elevator for foreigners. Please, foreigners, use this elevator. Japanese, please use this elevator. And people were thinking, what the hell? Like, are you segregating people based on being Japanese, not Japanese? And they came out with some things saying, no, it's because of the flow of traffic. We thought this would be easier. It's all ridiculous BS. But even still, like, when you're talking about what I forget who it was, one of the high officials talking about why the corona numbers were so low. That really comes from Japanese people not really testing. But anyways, why numbers are so low? And I heard that he said something along the lines of, as if to say, Japanese kind of, so really just a superior in terms of how they not carry themselves, but just in general. Like I was not. They're like on another level, kind of like that, right? Sorry, I jumped into Japanese for a second. Anyways, it's just freaking frustrating that I can come to a place and I can come to a place and tons of other people wearing masks, but then we come, they're like, oh, you're worried about Corona, as if we're the ones spreading it. It's quite ridiculous. Japanese people over here, they're going out eating, drinking, no mask. They wear masks when they walk on the street, but they go to restaurants packed, no one wear mask, nothing. No one makes a complaint. At first it didn't bother me as much, but now more and more it gets a bit annoying. The xenophobic way of behaving that Japanese people have, that they've been taught to have. That it's them versus the world, kind of. Yes, them versus the world, and they want to trick themselves and say that they want to be international, because that's why they want to learn English, but they don't want to be international. That's the truth. They don't really know what it's like to be international. I mean, I want to say no fault through their own for not knowing what it's like to be international, but they really don't want to be international. They just want to learn English, maybe make some money, but they're still gonna separate everyone based, from xenophobic principles and ideas. So it's not everyone, of course not, but the longer in Japan, you will notice that this a trend and a mindset of not of separation. Some people can be broken easier than others, but it is quite hard, I think, overall for some people, for the general population. I was at the school that I'm working at, and one of the teachers said to the students, it's a Japanese teacher, and they teach the kids Japanese at the school, and they ask the staff, the English foreign staff they ask the foreign staff to not speak English, to not speak Japanese. I'm bugging out, guys. And this video is not going to be edited, so all those mistakes are staying in there. So they asked the foreign teachers, to not speak Japanese during the lesson, which I hate, and I speak Japanese anyway, because I'm like, well, I'm not trying to get these kids to think that just because I don't look Japanese, I can't speak Japanese. I hate that mindset. So anyways, eventually one of the younger kids says to the teacher, who keeps switching back and forth between Japanese and English when speaking to the foreign staff, it's like, why keep switching back and forth between English and Japanese when you speak to them? And the teacher's reply was, oh, because they're not Japanese. And that's and I didn't say anything. I thought, that's all but reason to give these kids, and this is why Japanese can't change, because old generations still passing on those flawed ways of thinking and dealing with people from outside the country. And I spoke to my supervisor. I pulled the Karen. I was like, yeah, I need to talk to you. I need management. And I expressed to her, we need to stop that way of thinking, etc. And she really agreed. And we had a couple different thoughts in the conversation. We had a couple different thoughts about it or whatever. But anyways, this is a broken way of thinking that Japanese people have. Like I said in one video, you could do the exact same thing as a Japanese person that is wrong, and it will stand out more because you did it. You can cross the street against the red light, and people will stare at you like, oh my God. But if a Japanese person do it, they'll be, okay, whatever. They won't say a damn thing. You could cough, not have a mask on, talk or just talk with a mask off, and someone will offer you a mask on the train, which has happened to me. But if a Japanese person is right next to them, same thing, they won't offer them a mask. So I just wonder what's up with that. Anyways, a Blue Ninja, and I'll catch you guys later. I feel like I'm getting more towards Ryan Boundless than I expected to. Deuces, like, share, subscribe.